to ban. Fnatic's turn to ban.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back after that quite a long break. I'm Loomis, and joining me is Hades, and you guys are watching Execration versus Fnatic. This is a elimination game from the Summit 6C qualifiers, and we are down to the last games. Both of these teams have won one and lost one, obviously. The last game, though, man, that was a snoozer, at least for me. Hades, we are back for the last game of the night. Are you excited?
I am. Alright, so we saw Execration, they adapted a bit to Fnatic, and Fnatic didn't have an answer for that. They couldn't respond well to that, especially since there were so many draft limitations there. Like, we just saw how Mushy Silencer, he didn't really contribute much to the fight to the global silence until the very end when everything was gone, all the objectives were taken, and by then it was far too late. No combat gaming, no special highlight, unfortunately. But this time Fnatic, they were interesting opening bans. It's gonna be Meepo and Omni Knight straight away. We might even see this become a trend in the future. Execration straight about banning out the Mushy Medusa, so they could start out with a Lifestealer.
Okay. I mean, the Meepo ban makes sense because it's a bed. Omni Knight, maybe not so much, because I feel like maybe Oracle is the hero that's actually the one that's doing more. And surprisingly, that's the hero that's left in the pool, but it's not uncommon to see that as a series develops to game 3, game 4, you see a meta that's just developed between these two teams. So I guess we can't read too much into that one. Slaughter is going to be the first opening pick here, and that's something that's been missing, at least in the game 2 for Fnatic, which is an initiator that could just lead the team and go. And I expect the tone of this game to be much more different now that we have a very, very good initiator that can get online relatively quickly in the game.
And okay, Radiant Slaughter, that's gonna be okay at... Well, this Amplifier is just good in general. But I think Execration, they're just sticking to this game plan of giving Gabby the OD. Like, I mean, for Lumi, what do you think so far? Like, have you been impressed by Gabby's OD?
Well, he's played the same hero, the exact same style. One game in losing, one game in winning. I mean, he's definitely... Like, OD is a hero to me that doesn't take too much skill to play. Obviously, I haven't played the hero too much because I don't know for sure. But you kind of just Astro an ally if he's getting wrecked. The only thing that you really need to be careful about is your positioning, especially when Astroing yourself and then blinking out afterwards. But I haven't seen too much of that out of Gabby either. So to answer your question, I don't think I have enough data to judge one way or another. I think his laning could be a bit better because I generally just see OD smashing the lanes. And I don't think he did that either game.
10 seconds remaining.
Alright, and Oracle again from Execration, but this time of course they will be denied that Omni Knight, so no ultimate cancer. But Oracle is still enough, and Fnatic may be forced to just ban out the Huskar again because it's just too much of an annoyance to deal with. But like you said, back in game 2, Oracle, there's just so much... Well, there's so many ways you can cheese with this hero. He pairs up with so many cores, and... Alright, hey, interesting build mother ban.
Yeah, I mean the Oracle by itself is not that strong because you saw the way that Fnatic was dealing with Chemo's Oracle was they just jump on him, they kill him quick, and unless you have a way to respond, and last game they had both Purification, Repel, and OD to help him out. Unless you have a way to respond, your Oracle is just going to be the first one to be targeted and killed. So it's not like Fnatic says, oh my god, you have Oracle, we can't win. There's a lot of ways to go around that hero, and you know, Slaughter jumping in, Warlock jumping in with his ult is more than enough to me to deal with the Oracle.
Fnatic's turn to ban.
Just thinking, like, regarding the draft, do you think Execration could decide to pull something out a bit differently? Because, I mean, we saw back in game 2, they did pull something out different where it was a DJ Omni Knight with the Oracle thing constantly in such a pain. No one was dying on the side of Execration that often. But, I mean, this time now that it's been denied to them, do you think we might see something similar? Like, you know, like, almost like a DJ Dazzle of the Oracle kind of thing?
So I guess forcing the same strategy is what you're suggesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they can. It's just that I feel like Fnatic's much more well equipped to deal with that. Slaughter in particular is so good at just getting a Drow's face, and also getting on these very squishy supports face. Dazzle, Orgo, these are not heroes that operate well when Slaughter is right in front of you. So I don't think so. I think it would be a very bad idea for Execration to force the exact same strategy. I think they need to play, or they need to react a little bit more to the Fnatic's draft that's coming out.
Actually, I think Execration still could pick up a Drow, seeing as they have Oracle and OD. I mean, it's somewhat similar to their previous game, to Game 2 draft, but it's still pretty viable because Drow is good for taking these objectives. You can't give the risk of giving it away to Fnatic, because we just saw what happens, like, when today, Starter with a Drow together is just really sick for Roche control, great for objectives, and heroes fall, but oh, you set the travesty of no Bad Rider, we will see our first Bad Rider game.
Yeah. The game you were mentioning was Ice Slaughter on Faceless, backed up by Black's Drow. And yeah, they did wreck that game, but you know, I think they outplayed their opponent in that particular game. But yeah, Bad Rider is the pickup here. So you know how I was saying that, you know, Fnatic needs to jump Chemo's Oracle to get the fight started? Well, same thing for Execration. In fact, same thing for everybody that's going up against a Warlock. You jump the Warlock. Bad Rider is going to provide you the vision as well as the initiation to do so. And they already have a ton of burst damage. Generally, when you draft Bat Rider, one of the worries you have is, okay, we got the lasso, can we kill the hero quickly enough? Well, you got Purified Flames, you got Fortune's End, you got OD right click, so the burst damage is there.
I can feel the Venge incoming.
The Demon Venge that we've been talking about so much. I think Demon's playing Warlock.
You never know, it could be like a position for Warlock, and you just pick Venge anyways because of the Bad Rider pick. And oh, PA with Slaughter, that's also a very deadly combo. But PA going up against OD, that's just really, really rough. And I know I still stand by it, Lumi. I still think we might see a Demon Venge come out.
Okay. I mean, yes, that's a possibility, but if the Demon Venge does come out, then you're looking at a Fnatic lineup that doesn't have that much early game roam. I mean, Venge technically could do it, but her range, especially on her magic missile, is quite small. So it's not something like a Kunkka or Elder Titan that could gank you from a mile away. So Fnatic's lanes have to be really good to get Warlock and Venge as a support duo. But we'll see. A hero that's been really common in this series is the Ogre Magi, and I'm surprised that it hasn't been touched by either team.
Then again, Ogres could still come out. We saw Ayo take it the last game. And it's not that bad. Give it to PA, you give it to Slaughter. Oh, but Execration, yeah, they take it up. You want an extra movement speed on Bad Rider as well, so understandable.
Yeah, Ogre Magi in particular is really good against heroes like, well, not really good, but he's okay against heroes like Slaughter and PA. Because for heroes like those, all you want to do is get a quick pick, get a quick snipe on supports. But Ogre is just super tanky, so even he could resist a couple of right clicks from PA or Slaughter. So we have a Razor pick. That's, I don't know, kind of early in my opinion.
Is that even a mushy thing? I think that should be played by Raven. It's gonna be like a PA mushy, it feels like. Don't usually see mushy on Razor, do we?
I think we have to see it this game, right? Because the matchup of Razor versus OD is a lot better than PA versus OD.
It is.
So I think for the laning purposes, we're gonna see that matchup.
Could backfire against them because Razor, like we just saw even back in game 1, even if you do have a good start in the Razor, you pretty much doesn't mean that you transition that well into the mid game, and that's where things can go a bit messy.
Execration is expecting to support PA because they ban out Juggernaut as their last pick when Fnatic already has 3 cores, right? If we think that this, if we think PA is playing. Here's the thing, I tried support PA after the dagger nerf. It is terrible. Like, the difference between 825 dagger range to 1200 dagger range at level 1, that's a world of difference. That's the ability of being to harass from your ramp to the other ramp. And they are right to expect that is a support PA. This support PA better get some good early levels, or else it ain't gonna be good.
Yeah, I agree. So this is also something which Fnatic have run before. I just remember, like, I think the first series against Faceless, Fnatic did run the PA. Because I remember casting a Fnatic game and they did run the support PA, and it's actually really good, like strangely good, if it does work out, because it's great for zoning. You get the well, of course the dagger nerf does hurt a bit, especially against Bat Rider. But if you do build up items, you can build into a Vlad's, Solar Crest. I mean, Ayo can pretty much build into a core later on. But the Sven pickup, oh, this is gonna be bad. If they get the stun into Raven, Reaver is actually gonna get destroyed.
Yeah, if they get him. I mean, right now you got things like Fire Blast, Sven, Hammer, as well as Bat Rider. These are okay stuns, but nothing that, you know, Raven can't Sakuchi away if he's faster. And I think that's really what he's more relying on. And of course, he also has a backup of Warlock. So it is interesting, this draft. I think despite the fact that I hate PA support, especially in the new patch, I think Fnatic's got the better draft.
I think the way they scale is gonna be very risky, because I would actually favor Execration a bit more. It's easier to execute. Like, Fnatic, the lanes are gonna be very tricky because you have the Warlock and PA both trying to split the farm in the XP. But within Execration, you have a clear game plan of what you want to do. Ogre is gonna be just bloodlusting Sven, some stacks for him. He's gonna flash farm. He's gonna come big. But we'll see whether this Razor has the impact necessary. All right, it's gonna be a mushy Razor actually.
Yep. I mean, it's the mid lane matchup that we expected. So, you know, AU is going to scout things ahead. I think the PA is more or less going to mirror the movement of the Ogre Magi. You see the Ogre mid, you throw daggers on him. You know the range nerf that I keep mentioning? Well, it doesn't matter as much when you're trying to dagger a melee hero, right? Because he's going to be relatively close to you regardless. And you're right. The thing about the PA scaling is that it's very risky. But if it does pay off, you essentially get yourself 4 cores. And a core that's honestly very hard to kill. Especially if he has Blink Strike maxed. So.
Blink Strike, I think you mean Blur, right? Like, because Blur means he's harder for the Sven hit to land.
Well, it just comes down to the supports. Most supports do max the Blur, just simply for the reason you suggest. But in a game like this where there's so many slows and disables, I can see leveling up Blink Strike having its value. But yeah, I do expect Blur being the second spell you would max. It looks like we're going to see a Ben mid finally for today, the first time today. Gabby on the Sven, I guess he finds... because he's better on that hero than on OD.
More comfort for him as well.
Yeah.
So, alright, I bet OD. Finally, we see a bit of swap around from Execration. It's okay. For a moment there, I actually thought AO was going mid with PA. But yeah, Mushi against the OD. This is a classic matchup. Razor. We don't... But of course, you know, ever since the changes to OD, you don't usually see like Razors going that many points into unstable current like before.
Sometimes you see at least one. Sometimes you see 2, and I guess this is a combo. Dagger, Link, drain a little bit of that damage, but I don't think OD cares that much. Walk straight up and Astro. And looks like the supports are rotating to the top lane, where Ohio taking a little bit of harass. Chemo's 6 damage nerf on Orko does hurt him a little bit more here.
Alright, so PA's here to help him out a bit. And he's just gonna scout a DJ all the way in the river. This will be a very awkward lane. Like, there's also pretty good synergy between the dagger and into the crush because it slows you down. And Ohio's always gonna catch up to you. Does that mean they won't try for a kill top lane? Ohio, they find the hammer. DJ with the ignite. They don't have enough damage to kill Ohio. They actually could turn around for DJ.
Yeah, dagger slowing him down much so, but the creeps aren't helping out, and don't think they could chase too much further. Gabby does have Storm Hammer off cooldown, and he could mangle with an extra bit of mana, but alright, a ton of mana being traded. I think that favors Fnatic a little bit more, because their spells are much more spammable, much more low mana, and they could just like regen and heal back up.
At the same time, like if you look at Ohio, he's running on a regen. He's already popped the salve. He only has that 1 tangle left. Let's see, and Chemo still has his, you know, his double tangle pool. Got him double his own set of tangles, and DJ as well has his self. So despite having the spells being more spammable on the side of Fnatic, I think Execration is just gonna out-sustain him in this lane because they're trying to force the issue.
Looks like we're gonna see a little bit of fight in the river here. DJ will get himself the rune, but he might die on the way out. Dagger coming off cooldown very fast because of the Orb of Venom as well as Blightstone. Never mind that we're gonna see the Oracle coming in, helping and support out a little bit.
Tanky.
How often do you see an Ogre Magi being zoned out, by another support? That's the power of the support PA.
DJ's just gonna suicide. I guess it also is like a bit of luck that AO found Ogre at really low HP, but he still gets the bounty rune, so that's not a big of a loss. And looking at Rappy, oh, they find a courier snipe. I bet messing up the courier and Mushi getting the.
You just walk it into Mushi.
Yeah, it's kind of just a bit too far for it, and Mushi just went straight for it. So I bet it's not gonna be too pleased.
Okay, well at least he's got his item delivered, but he's not gonna have. In fact, is he walking all the way back to? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Not a good start here for a bit. Okay.
So Mushi gets a ton of much needed alone time. He's gonna have the level EXP advantage. Weaver against Bat Rider. Okay, this matchup is very confusing for me because, it's not so confusing. I would say it's tough to predict who has an edge because Raven is so hard to kill, and Bat Riders could say the same about him. But if he messes up, then of course he dies.
Yeah, if Raven gets to level 5 and he has level 3 Sakuchi, he would never die to the Bat Rider. Unless, he makes a big mistake. There are definitely higher kill potential against the Bat Rider. But that's also if Bat Rider has to make a mistake. The one thing about playing support PA is that you need a little bit of luck. I'm not talking about the coup de grace crits. More so, that thought here. Ohio's going to take quite a bit of damage. Are we going to see that Stormhammer? Yes, we will. Ohio taking a ton. He's going to magic stick up. He will get the crush off. And this is the luck I'm talking about. Being at the right place at the right time. Trying to get some kills. Just, you don't run support PA like, let's say, a Winter Wyvern or a Oracle in the safe lane. You're not okay just sitting there sapping experience. You pick PA support to have an explosive early game, and you need to find kills. This hero does not scale well into the mid and late game as a support. You need to grab yourself those items through kills, like face boots or whatever. So look towards him to find those opportunities by rotating around. Maybe starting at the mid lane.
Yep. Oh, we can find a dagger into a bed, but let's just suck away all that damage. And actually, Warlock finding the first blood into Bat Rider bottom lane.
Yeah, looks like Swarm was used and a couple of right clicks. And I wonder if he has upheaval. Nope, just Shadow Word. You know that mid lane where the PA ran in trying to get the dagger off? If that was the old PA, he would get the dagger range off.
Sure.
Nerf being felt.
Alright, so Ohio meanwhile, he's gonna be tanky, much tougher to kill in the lane. And then the crush into Gabby brings him quite low, pops the Warcraft. Actually no, it doesn't pop the Warcraft, but okay. No stacks on the way for him just yet, but actually we have a triple stack on the easy camp, so not sure what they intend to do with that. Maybe they'll give it to Gabby later on. He's gonna salve up.
Ohio
Stuns. They're about to block.
Okay, the crush will be there. Ohio will die to the fire. Now AU in a lot of trouble. He will blink strike out. And that'll be it. He could, take the experience and the farm in the lane for a bit.
So this middle lane is actually in favor of Mushi, like 31 and 17. You look at a bed is 10 and 2. He's lost this middle lane by quite a huge amount.
Alright, I don't know how you have a pro Dota team and nobody on your team could play OD. Maybe that's a flame. Like, silencers are not easy to lane against, razors are not easy to lane against. I think that one of the reasons that Abed is doing as poorly as he is he's constantly on the watch out for that PA. Like, you can't go too far up. You get linked, you get dagger, you die. But that said though, he shouldn't be losing this lane as hard as he is. Because Mushi's not 9k. And Abed is really high MMR, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 8.3.
MMR is just a number, dude.
Just a number.
Dire's bottom tower.
Well, okay, but at the same time, you have to realize that Mushi has gone for 2 points in unstable current. So every time he tries for an Astral, I bet it's really slow. But hold on, he's gonna go around his DJ. Maybe he can turn around, but no, DJ has a haste rune, so he's not gonna kill him. But he does do 98 damage, so Ogre basically hits nothing. That's a cotton candy stick in his hand. Not a club.
Huh. So the build that Mushi has gone for has given him the lane dominance, but we can't just be like, alright, look, Mushi's dominating lane, we're done, this game's over, mid is lost. If you look at Mushi's skill build, because he's max static link, his mid game farm is actually going to suffer quite a bit. Like, you need Plasma, I feel, as a Razor to really catch up or accelerate ahead. Abed, A bed?
Almost, he's gonna die for this.
Yeah, he did
A lot of
Astral the
damage.
Razor. You need to Astral the Razor. He's dead. Okay, no Plasma Field though, no vision. And I think that might actually save him. And now we're gonna see dragging him back to the tower. AU's passive tower as well. He's blink striking for Rappy. And now Mushi's dropping you very low. No teleport support came in. DJ comes in with 0 mana. What is happening in this game right now? Mushi will run to the right side, but he knows that there's no Bat Rider waiting for him. Now they're gonna go here. DJ needs to body block. They will get AU on the way out. But Razor's really the prize target. And I feel like there was definitely a lot of miscommunication on the side of Execration. Because that should have been, yeah, that should have been a dead Mushi.
Oh, no, they can't kill.
Wait, he ports to the tower and not to the fountain.
Shadow Word. The level 3 Shadow Word killed the Sven, so doesn't really get out. He thought he was in the fountain. So unfortunate. And alright, so Demon getting closer to level 6. Ohio also gonna find his level 6. That's the big spell. And he's just gonna bring a ring around with Rosie, with Raven. With this Blightstone, they can get some damage in. And actually, they push quite fast because of the Blightstone. And of course, with the Gemini attack.
Yep. Blightstone, one of the, to me, like the least purchased, the most underrated item on the side shop. I feel like Carry should always just buy one, even if you're not upgrading it into the like a Dessel later on, because it just helps you push early towers so easily. I mean, tier 1 bottom already down, right? Mostly thanks to the Blightstone. That big stack you were mentioning, gonna get farmed up by Raven here.
Oh, that's so good, so tasty. Alright, so looking at Sven, looks like they may want to try and contest this top tier 1, but Emo of the Amplify up onto him has to be careful. Raven could easily just destroy him. So Amplify with the Gemini attack, that's, oh my god, look at Rappy. Demon, looks like he's going down. Demon, he's just gonna get burned.
Yeah, he doesn't have ult, and I don't think his team will hang around. I say that the DJ might be in a lot of trouble. They do drag on AU. AU is burning under the fire. They need a Storm Hammer. That's going to hit on AU. He is going to be dead. The question is, can they get anybody else? A bed being focused, and the amplified damage plus the right click doing so much work. That level 1 Plasma Field. Okay, pretty good stuff here as Mushi is now dominating. No need Plasma Field, just need right click. Mushi plus 147, so allowing him to, you know, do tons of right click.
Yeah, and the good thing about that is he can use that on the Sven every time Sven pops God Strength, and if he just kites him around, that's just the power of the static link range. So if he kites the Sven around, especially the unstable card, and if you try to target the Razor, he steals all that damage. The God Strength is basically, you know, kitten strength. So and now they can just go for a bit of a trade, take the mid tier 1, or at least siege it a bit. Ohio is gonna get Blink Dagger in pretty decent timing actually because of all these objective kills. Like the top tier 1's going down, the mid tier 1's gonna be following suit. And you look at Rappy, he's gonna get a blink, and he needs that blink ASAP so that he can synergize that with the next lasso, and then they can try for an instant kill into the God Strength.
Yeah. So he is going for that blink straight. Some players go for things like drums first. And drums isn't a bad item this game because you definitely want as much mobility as you can get against heroes like, you know, Slaughter, Weaver, that kind of stuff. But he needs that point blank initiation, like you mentioned. Looks like the ancient stacking has begun. They have dewarded sufficiently, and quite a bit of stacks going on here.
Fnatic's approach to this is we're not going to give you space to farm the ancients, we're just going to secure all these objectives, so it makes it very hard for you to, it's going to make it very risky for you to even go and clear the ancient stacks. So if he's going to clear stacks, he needs to clear it ASAP, like maybe even now.
Ohio's going to get caught here on the top lane. The stuns are all being laid in. DJ, where's your Fire Blast? Alright, waited for a bit. Fire Blast will finally come out, so will the Ignite. Ohio just runs out of this. No problem, dude. He'll come around, crush.
Oh, an Astral.
Finally got Astral. Bed's going to be going for the drums build again. The same build that we've seen over and over on PA.
Oh, the range is just too far.
Even has Rock.
He does. And oh, DJ diving behind him all the way with the tier 2, tier 3. DJ, is he gonna die? Yes, he will. And they actually block out the ancients with an observer and a sentry, so that poor little creep is not going to be able to stack anymore. And I think they know because they're pinging that general area out. They know that Fnatic are in that area, and with the chaotic offering, they might want to watch how they fight here. Blink Dagger and Bat Rider, they could try for a smoke, and maybe they can, you know, make the debut of the dagger.
They have to go for Demon. They're pinging him out. Like they understand if they go for anybody else, the rock's gonna drop, and they lose that fight. So it looks like we're gonna go back to farm. The one thing that they have to be somewhat aware of, Execration, is the fact that Fnatic can steal some of these creeps. You drop a swarm on them. Swarm, I do believe you have to hit it 8 times if you're a creep. So they can tank quite a number of hits. Is he gonna swarm and start attacking these? It might take too long to actually make it worth it, so I'm gonna see Fnatic now rotating mid. And this is where PA gets really strong when you have the max dagger. You could just harass from the tree lines, and you make cores like a bed very, very scary. Oh, they see Demon. Alright. Demon self-initiating. They should know that there's a ward being dropped too, because the only reason that support goes in that position is to drop a ward. And yeah, they immediately deward it. Good awareness.
You have a Quelling Blade. How do you get the ward all the way so deep? But okay, yeah, he went a bit. Yeah. But tier 1 coming denied by the Oracle.
Nice.
Oracle outlasted Raven with a double damage rune.
Okay, Raven's gonna be going for a Lincoln Sphere. Pretty standard stuff. Meanwhile, Sven's gonna farm this stack. His supports need to deward this as well.
Dire's top tower is under
Okay,
attack.
Rishi.
Oh, they know that they're going to the stacks area, so... But Gabby's really cleared the god strength, so looking at Raven, they want to pressure the bottom a bit there in that area. The whole of Fnatic. Is this a Halberd or is this like a Sanj and Yasha from Mushi?
Probably the Dragon Lance.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, it's just easy, cheap stats. Alright, we're gonna work on the Roche, and it's gonna go down fast. Slaughter, Swarm. Yep.
With the Amplify and KO, you know, with a quick medallion as well. Very, very easy, Roshan.
Oh, AO went for medallion too. Wow, this is a sick minus armor strat.
It is. So the physical damage output can really counteract against this Warcry. So even if you have plus 20 armor, let's see, minus 10 plus the medallion, go minus what? Minus 7? Yeah, minus 7. So minus 17, and with the Blightstone,
Yep.
minus 2.
And then the Swarm.
Minus 19.
There's Swarm too.
Oh, and the Swarm.
And that adds up, depending on how long it's been on you. So looks like we're gonna see a little bit of dive chemo. Unfortunately, he is gonna be the target. He will probably die before he gets off False Promise. No, he probably don't even want to waste it for himself. DJ will pour it out, and Bad Rider gets out as well. We have a pretty.
I was looking for more actually.
We have a pretty big net worth lead here by Fnatic. Yeah, about 7,500 gold lead, and I mean, if you look at the cores, they're just not getting enough farm. OD does not play well from behind, and you were mentioning earlier, man, the Razor is just overtaking the OD by more than 2,300 net worth. That's a full blink
actually.
Who's going BKB?
Mushi's going for a BKB, which means that
interesting.
OD can't astral him anymore. And of course, these stuns, these nukes are not going to be any problem from the side of Execration. And they'll just go straight for the top tier 2, happy to give away the tier 1, I think. Or maybe not that happy, but they will just take straight. It is more map control and more access into the enemy jungle.
Yeah, so I think by Mushi going BKB, as we have a bunch of ports coming in the bottom lane, they want to actually fight this. Rock is available. I heard the TP sound, I'll go back. So the idea behind the BKB on Mushi is that once he has it turned on, literally nobody could stop him. So he could stick on the Sven and turns his God strength into, what do you call it, kitten strength?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Gabby's gonna have basically no damage in these fights. Until Gabby gets Blink, which I imagine that's gonna be the next item he works towards.
He needs the surprise factor. That's what they need for the side of Execration. And strangely, I mean, look at Fnatic. They don't have any observer wards down. The only ward on the map, the only observer one on the map is actually at the top lane right above the tier 1 tower for the side of Execration. And Fnatic are just running this based on map awareness right now and game sense. So they will push out the bottom lane. There's no Roche though, so not sure what they'll do with it. Aegis still available on Raven.
Oh, one thing, sorry if I'm talking about support PA too much, but I definitely tried this hero multiple times, so I gather a lot of information. But the one nice thing about support PA, as you roam around a lot, you could use your blur icon as a scouting tool, especially when you're like about to run up and down the ramp. I mean, obviously you could do that as a PA core farming as well, but as a support you run around the map much more. So you talked about Fnatic not having that much vision. The blur is providing them a tiny bit more information than Execration. Not that much, just a tiny bit.
Yeah, that's true. I think some people, or quite a lot, don't really utilize the blur to the max. And okay, there we go. They will just strip away this middle tier 2. Map control flying away, but Slaughter's already at the bottom lane. Ohio positioning himself. And yeah, a bit very lackluster game, can't do much. It's still in just some jumps, naked boots, and trying to make his way towards the 4-staff. But bottom lane Fnatic, they're just bent on fighting. Mushi's TP'd right all the way in.
Yeah, I really like the Fnatic's incessant desire to keep protecting like all of their towers. No tier 1 towers being dropped. You see multiple times Fnatic just porting barrels to make sure that top needs a little bit of help now, and they do port immediately. So they understand that if they don't give away any tower for free, Execration is gonna have a tough time coming back because they're not out farming Fnatic right now.
Yeah, and they are just starving them out, which is really good, especially on the Sven, who is usually, I would say, habitually used to having that net worth economy advantage, but in this case, not the case, because he can't farm ancients. It's pretty much been secured. Like, he's stacking. Even if you stack, you can't get close to it without risk of a team fight going your general direction. And now we're just going to group up top lane. They're just 5v5 Dota, basically. So Execration looking for a tier 1. They just want some objective. They need a way to enter the enemy jungle at least, or just some form of map control. But not happening. Look at how passive they're playing.
They're so afraid. Yeah, they don't know where the Warlock is, right? And now if you go up the top, Mushi could just walk up your high ground and start hitting your tier 3. Not that Mushi does a lot of damage right now, but you know, if you see creeps in front of your tier 3, you kind of have to respawn. And adapt it back, yeah. Even though the score says 8-6, I feel like if the score was representative of the game state and the net worth and everything, it feels like 40-2 or something like that. Like, Execration is so far behind. They have so little play to them. Both their cores need to be ahead in net worth, and they are behind. I guess I could show the actual net worth. 7,500 gold lead, but I don't know. Fnatic needs to mess up so badly for them to lose this game.
Going high ground, that's the scary part actually. But they need to push out the top lane maybe. Or they could just clear these, this tasty ancient stack, which for some reason the Sven is still stacking. It's like, open invitation to Fnatic saying, hey guys, money.
Yeah.
They're gonna steal it. Oh no, this is not good for Execration. Gabby has, like you said, he needs the Blink Dagger. He's 300 gold away. They should just give the jungle to him, which means that in terms of farm distribution, OD gets nothing and good at all.
Yeah, so this looks terrible. You guys are wondering like why are you guys stacking? You don't have map control. Like it could just end up Fnatic taking it, like it's happening right now. I think it's more or less like a necessary risk you have to take. You are already so far behind. You won't come back in the game by farming neutral camps. Like you need to get something bigger. And well, that's the price you pay, right? You're losing map control and you're gone for a risky stack. Didn't work. Link is online now on Gabby. Maybe this is time to take a fight.
Still risky. Razor had just picked up a Yasha, could be a Sanj in Yasha, or it could be a Manta style. Reaper's actually going for a Diffusal Blade, which is good against Oracle, I guess. And at the same time, I think they're just very cautious about breaching the high ground when you're going up against a Bat Rider who is looking for somebody. Gonna cut all the trees, but Rappy, nope, not gonna find anyone.
Alright, we need to see some expert base defense. Mushi,
they're gonna force them back.
Mushi hitting the tower for like, I don't know, 60 damage or whatever, because he has no damage. But his job here is to tank. They need Rappy to find the initiation of his life, but Fnatic all out. Okay, no, Raven cancels his teleport. man, Fnatic's leaving them nothing. They're like just walking through the jungle, clearing all the camps.
Will they smoke? I think Execration, if anything, they should try to smoke now, at least with the Gabby Blink Dagger. But oh no, Raven might have spotted them out. Ohio.
Okay. Like they see the carry and they just actually can't go in the carry. This is what I mean by Execration having no play to them. Like you have 5 here, you see the carry, but you can't jump because you don't know where the Warlock is. And if you jump, you just commit your whole game plan to that one jump. And he has Lincolns and time lapse, so good luck. Gold graph continue to go upwards here for Fnatic. Remember Fnatic playing for a position in the lower bracket finals. If they win this game, they will go up against Power Gaming. And if they win that one, they will go up against Faceless. So still a long road ahead of both of these teams.
Tough game. Ayo already has the Vlad with the medallion. Could make his way. He's gonna make his way into a Solar Crest. This is how they usually build it. And if Execration try to trade for a top tier 2, Fnatic can just easily take the bottom tier 3. And Roshan's gonna be up in 1 minute and 45 seconds, and that's where they'll probably just go for Rosh. So the next big fight should be around the Rosh pit. Execration can't afford to give that up.
Yeah. Fnatic's being super disciplined. Because I feel like they could just walk up the hill and just go. But Bat Rider is a scary hero to walk up the hill against, so I only understand the hesitation. I guess they don't need to do anything fancy, right? They're out farming Execration.
Yeah, just keep starving them out. Like soon, Razor's gonna be a full item ahead with the Weaver, ahead of the spend. OD's just 2 underfarmed, they can't really deal out the huge deeps just yet. It's just a Hurricane Pike and Boots and Drums. So they're still kinda okay. But Fnatic moving all the way to the west, double damage rune, take it! Game changing rune, fight! Take it, second fight. Go.
He's gonna take it to farm.
No!
Well, Execration looking for Roche. It's not a short spawn, so they're somewhat unlucky. But Fnatic also smoked up as well. Smoke breaks, no vision here from Fnatic, but they will run up the hill regardless. Rappy, he should break the smoke. He breaks the smoke of Ohio's, gets vision of him. And Ohio blinks away. So both teams find each other and runs away. I mean, if you're Fnatic now, you just go mid, right? You force them back, force multiple TPs. And then
Force
you go
the
back
TPs,
to farm.
but still, they will have to clash at Roshan. They could try just prepare for them, maybe for a flank, but the ward is there, so they know they have vision.
Okay. Yeah, lots of vision here by Fnatic, and they will kill the vision of Execration.
And now, are you afraid of the dark? Execration, this is where you really need to remain calm and composed. Bottom lane is being pushed in, and Execration already well on the way back. We'll see whether they can catch anyone, but nah, the rest of Execration TP's back safely. I just like how they distributed the TPs to different places of the base, not just everyone going straight to the fountain, because you don't want to have the extended TP timer back.
Yeah. I mean, not that it matters, because I don't think a fight will break out.
But in those cases where you have no vision, it's just one of the safer options, so
Definitely.
tiny details.
Yeah. The downside here for Execration is that they're out of smoke unless they have one on their heroes, which I don't think they do for the next 6 minutes. So that means there's no counterplay. That was their last ditch effort to hopefully find Fnatic at the Roshan pit. Fortunately, they found absolutely nobody. And another Aegis will go to the side of Radiant. Weaver takes this one. Actually, I think he took the last one as well. So, are we gonna see the Fnatic siege? Or are we gonna see more starving?
They have to finish. They need that finishing blow. Unless you look at Weaver, unless they want to build one more item on him, like a farming Aegis kind of thing, they're still okay with it. But it's not ideal because you don't want to keep on farming like that. You want maybe they could be looking to complete a Desolator and Raven.
Okay, Sven is gonna be split pushing up top. That's the one thing I felt like maybe Execration could have done a little bit more of. Hold that thought, Raven.
But the thing is, you don't have vision. So if you try and you suddenly get caught, like Fnatic could just easily smoke on you. And just look at the map, and it's so dark. Only one ward in the Radiant jungle.
Yeah.
And right now, Fnatic gonna start chipping away on this tower. It should be the tier 3 down. Yep.
Okay, last one, not gonna find anybody. Rappy initiates himself, he's gonna get False Promise, and then Astral. That Astral just killed him. Rappy gonna get forced that back. He has no heal available to him. He is dead. BKB has been used on the side of Mushi. Buyback coming out from Rappy. That will scare them back. At least for now, Fnatic. Poking up again. I mean, it's so easy for Raven just to keep going on the high ground because he is so damn tanky. And they still hasn't used the Warlock ult yet. Have we even seen a Warlock ult?
No, we have not. And yeah, this is just a really weird game. 27 minutes, no Warlock ult. I'm getting weird memories actually.
It's a
win black hole.
Prevention. Oh.
One day we have ult.
Okay, alright. Mushi, can we burst them down? That's the question. The Warlock ult comes down, nobody dies, and now Gabby getting his damage rank. Gabby, the first one down. I don't know if he has buyback or not, but Ben now getting focused. Look at the damage out with the dagger. Blink Strike coming in from AU. Oh, he's definitely dead. Now Fnatic looks like they have broken the high ground and the chance of Execration. As they do take the melee racks, moving to the range racks. They are pretty low HP. The creeps get a nice respawn here on Mushi, surrounding him a bit, but no follow-up. Fnatic now move on to the bot lane.
Should be pretty easy. They have the Shadow Word, so good sustain. Flame Break's gonna try and slow down the push. You look at Sven, he has buyback, but he doesn't want to use it because he doesn't have God Strength. And even if he goes in, you don't, even you do somehow burn the age, it's not gonna be enough. Oh, crush onto DJ. Raven going for him, and DJ should go down. Oh, the crit.
There was so much minus armor there that he just died. This arm coming on an AO, but obviously a little bit too little, too late here, and Fnatic's gonna force the GG out. And that was your tanky ogre just dying in 2 hits. Now Raven will continue pushing. Okay, I bet trying to get some siege damage going, not gonna work here. Rappy on the right side, looking for a jump. He initiates himself again. This time, nobody's saving him. He will die. He doesn't have buyback either. Fnatic will finish this easy game. Demon sacking his stats a bit, buying some net.
GG.
And there's that GG being called. To me, the GG was there already like 20 minutes ago, but of course, Fnatic could have always made some mistakes, and they didn't. Very disciplined Dota, and never overextending. So this is the Fnatic that we need to kind of run deeper and deeper into the tournament.
Yeah, that was just good play coming up from Fnatic. Like you said, disciplined Dota.